Therefore we speak here. Just this evening found another License to Sin YouTube channel called Sniffing Out Pharisees. These guys are rank heretics, advocating for sin, cannot stand up to scriptures when you comment on their videos with scripture. Eventually they can't take it, and the only solution is to delete your comments. So just want to warn you guys here on YouTube, there are many of these heretics that are anti-holiness, pro-sin. They talk about hyper grace. What they really mean is they get permission to sin and they think they get to go to heaven, and they're only fooling themselves. So sadly, these guys, when you do confront them, they will invariably, they can see when they're being destroyed by scripture, and they will delete the comments. Here, I'm going to see if I can find some comments that are left. So I'm going to show you how profane this stuff is.
All of Christ's disciples left him in the end. Judas betrayed him, Peter denied him 3 times, they all failed. None of them took up the cross. I can take up my cross. That is the same mindset the Israelites had at Mount Sinai.
So this is like typical mocking stuff, you know. Anyone that advocates holiness, anyone that actually believes that do not be deceived, he that does righteousness is righteous, he that sins is of the devil. If you believe scriptures like that, you're basically a work salvationist. And these guys will, in the comments, call you names and rail against you with like totally profane, intemperate language, and attack your person and like say words I wouldn't repeat on a video in the comments against you. And then when you reply with scriptures and truth, they run like chickens and the channel master deletes the comments. So just a heads up, be careful. This channel, Sniffing Out Pharisees, anyone who advocates for believing Jesus, obeying Jesus, you know, as he said in Matthew 28, teaching them to observe all things whatsoever I commanded, being saved from sins, actually saved to no more sin, like Jesus said, go and sin no more. You advocate for any of these things, they will call you names and say you're going to be thrown into hell and much worse. Yeah, it's pretty sad. There's no fear of God in a lot of these guys, so we need to pray for these guys that they would be delivered from this satanic darkness and come to know God who saves from sin. Therefore we speak, over and out.